Oh, you know what? If that's a 97 Young bus, I might jump on that bus actually. I might jump on the 97. Yo, cause you know what? I got to get home eventually, and that's the 97 Young bus. Here comes the 97 Young bus. I don't know if you all would join me on the bus ride, but I'm gonna catch this bus right now. I don't know if you guys want to watch a bus ride, but I'll be on the bus right now. Thanks a lot. How have you been? How's it been? Oh, not bad, you said. Okay, that's good. Thanks, man. Alright, I just asked the bus operator. He said, I hope you guys don't mind the bus ride, because this is how I can get home. One way I can get home. But this young bus goes all the way home of Team Canada, all the way from Queens Quay all the way down to Steeles. So for me, this is a very useful bus. I'd much rather take the bus than the subway. I hope you guys don't mind. I mean, I saw the bus coming. I was like, eventually I gotta get home to eat. So I hope you guys don't mind the bus ride here. But if this is not your type of thing, I understand completely. The main thing we wanted to see was the Winterstorm, and we saw a very good portion of that. Right now we're just right now it seems to have died down. I asked the bus operator. He said it actually wasn't too bad. So at least that's good to know that at least I'll be able to make it home before it gets dark. But you know, I may keep this running for a while here. I don't know if it's not the clearest of views because the window here is a little bit messed up, but bit of a runny nose, but I assure you I'm okay. And thank you all. Appreciate you all so much. I'm on the bus right now, and I'm on my way home, and just warm up, get some good food. Don't know what I'm gonna have yet, but cheers to you all. And but if you know, maybe some of you will be interested in a bus ride. So sorry that the window isn't. Maybe I should try and switch to it. I think all the windows are pretty much like this. But hopefully you can get a clear enough view. We're taking the 97 Young bus going northbound, and we're just about to pass by College Park here. College Park. There's a new IKEA downtown Toronto. Honking, there's probably some idiotic driver in front of the bus. We're approaching Yonge and College right now. There's the 506 Carlton streetcar. Alright, Orphan Annie in the house. Orphan Annie, thank you so much for being here. It says, Christmas greetings from the USA, Tennessee. It's 11 Fahrenheit here, and we even lost power for a while. Wow, sorry to hear that, Orphan Annie. But thank you for being here, and from Tennessee. That's awesome. That's awesome. Tennessee has a very good football team, the Tennessee Titans. And Tennessee is also the home of the Nashville Predators hockey team. And forgive me right now, I'm just trying to think here. Tennessee also very big on college sports as well. Yeah, thank you very much, Annie. Cheers to you. Cheers to you for being here. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's great to see our friends from the USA join us here and checking out the Winterstorm. I don't know, Orphan Annie, if you had a chance, but this is part 2 of the stream. Part one you can see, and even the first half of part 2, that which you're on right now. But part 1, you can see pretty how treacherous it was here in Toronto at times. It was pretty wild. So yeah, if you ever get a chance, check it out, and you're more than welcome to check it out. And hopefully you get your power back there soon in Tennessee. I know it can't be easy, you know. I mean, without power, well, internet number one, but I mean, there's so many things affected by power. Orphan Annie says, I live at foothills of Great Smoky Mountains in Sevierville. Well, that's awesome. Orphan Annie, that's awesome. I love the name too. Great Smoky Mountains in Sevierville. That's awesome. Tennessee, I believe the home to, it's the home, or I guess that would be Nashville, Tennessee, home to country music. I do enjoy country music, especially when driving down, whenever I drive down country roads. It's very, very cool to listen to country music. And I don't like to keep pointing the camera at just Deborah Acton in the house. Merry Christmas from Saint Fulgence. I'm Quebec City. Is that Quebec City? Deborah, I apologize greatly if I mispronounce Fulgence. If that's Quebec City, I assume you mean Quebec City. Very big welcome to you. I apologize for if I mispronounced, but Deborah Acton in the house, joining the chat. Really appreciate you for being here. And welcome to you, and Merry Christmas to you, Deborah. Ronald Moreno in the house from Colombia. The temperature outside, Ronald, feels like almost minus 20 Celsius. So that, I believe that would be, forgive me, I think that's minus 70 Fahrenheit, but it is freezing cold outside. And thank you so much for being here, Ronald Moreno. Thank you so much for joining. And Duty Yalov. Okay, Duty Yalov says, I really enjoyed watching, but it's 10:45 p.m. here, and it's time to go to bed. Thanks for everything. Duty Yalov, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Duty Yalov. Thank you so much for being here. I got to give you a special shout out because you've been a great contributor to the live streams here, our Toronto Winterstorm live stream. So I really appreciate your wonderful contribution, Duty Yalov, and I'm so glad that you enjoyed some of what I had to show. And I would love to show you anything else that you fancy. I'll cover it. I'll definitely anything that you request, definitely do the L off. I'll definitely do that. Really appreciate it. Have a wonderful night. Good night to you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to you. Cheers to the L off. So duty Yalov. It's to prepare for bed. It's bed a little bit late in Israel. Orphan Annie says it was a wild night. Crazy wind, chill from 50 degrees raining to 10 degrees in a few hours with some snow overnight. The wind was so high it was hard to sleep. Orphan Annie, very similar to what happened here, would you believe? Very similar. But basically, overnight, there was a lot of rain. Then this morning, we got hit with some more torrential rain. And then eventually and then what happened was the temperature dropped. The snow started coming down with the blowing snow, with the heavy winds, and the sudden temperature drop. It went from like -5 to like -15, -20 in a matter of a couple of hours. So it was pretty wild. I use the same term as you. It was wild scenes were over. But that's I hope, Orphan Annie, that the people in Tennessee will be okay. Hopefully there's not I guess you can never say there'll never be any accidents. There's always going to be accidents this kind of weather, but hopefully there won't be nothing too serious. Hopefully no serious accidents. Hopefully if there's some collisions, whatever, but hopefully nobody gets seriously hurt in this pretty insane weather. Deborah Acton says 2 hours north of Quebec City. It is pretty wild here. Snow and high tides as well. Wow. I guess this storm is hitting a lot of places at once. But wow, that's pretty wild, Deborah Acton. 2 hours north of Quebec City, pretty wild. Wow, yeah, I hope Deborah Acton that you all are keeping safe. That you all are keeping safe there. I really hope. And good night to Duty Yella. Orphan Annie says, "Stay warm and toasty." Toronto Tech and Transit. Thank you so much, Orphan Annie. Well, I'm in the bus right now, so I'm definitely very warm. I can hold out till I get home to actually eat something. I got some chewy candy to if I if I feel like chewing on some. There's another 97 Yonge bus. Thank you so much for your well wishes, Orphan Annie. But this bus will take me straight home, pretty much right in front of my place. Deborah Acton says, "Have family in Kingston that were supposed to come for Christmas." Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Deborah Acton. I'm really hoping some way, somehow that can still happen. Hopefully they can get a lot of this. Hopefully they can get a lot of things cleared up by that time, or at least enough of it so that you can have your family over for Christmas, because there's nothing that, sorry about what I'm pointing here. Sometimes the car is just there and I don't want to be pointing right at the car. But I really hope you get to enjoy Christmas with family, because that's what it's all about, family, and these special times of year. You only get them once a year. And there's a special constable vehicle. Orphan Annie says, I just got some trees recently planted, but I'm hoping 2 plum fruit trees. Oh, okay. Orphan Annie says, I just got some trees recently planted, but I'm hoping 2 plum fruit trees I didn't get planted yet, then don't die on me. Oh, I hope so too, Orphan Annie. I hope so too. And by the way, I love plums. You have a similar taste. I love plums, but I really hope I'll be crossing my fingers for you, Orphan Annie. No, the ledge. It's not as bad as the news. It's a regular winter day. Well, I guess how you look at it. I mean, if you're looking at it from a Canada-wide perspective, it's not. It may not have seemed like a big storm. If you're from Winnipeg, or if you're from, let's say, for example, or Calgary, but from a Toronto perspective, if you've lived here, this what we had today was a pretty big deal, because these have become days like this have become more few and far between. So this is sort of out of the ordinary. If you're talking about Canada-wide, yeah, it's not. It may not seem like a big deal, but in Toronto, this is definitely. Well, we'll just say we don't get as much snow as like previous years. Orphan Annie says, I love to travel by bus. Same with me, Orphan Annie. There's another similarity. Same with me, absolutely. And I know the bus takes longer than the subway, but I prefer the bus. I'd much rather prefer the bus. As long as I give myself enough time. As Orphan Annie can probably attest to, it is a much more pleasant ride than taking the dark tunnels of the subway. I mean, you can see here, for example. I don't want to point the camera at anyone, but you can see much more comfortable. It's almost like I have this bus to myself, because the subways are so busy. Orphan Annie says, I see New Balance store. I like that store. Yes, Orphan Annie. Man, we're on the same page. We're on the same page today. We're on the same page today, Orphan Annie. Yes, New Balance. We have quite a few, and I'm also a big fan of. I am a fan of New Balance. Very high quality. For those that don't know, New Balance, they carry a lot of running wear, footwear, or apparel. If you're into New Balance, they're primarily a footwear company, and they make very high quality footwear. But they also have gotten into the apparel business, and they make very high quality. Apparel, and they've even gone into the sponsorship game, where they're sponsoring. I've seen them sponsor some soccer clubs. But yeah, Orphan Annie, I'm the same with you. Their shoes are very comfortable, very high quality too. Oh, thank you very much, Orphan Annie. If you ever get a chance to visit Toronto, I think you'd very much enjoy it here. If you and certainly I hope some of the things that you've seen through the live stream here, and maybe in some of my other videos, definitely. And I don't want to say that just because I'm in Toronto. It's just honestly, I've visited many places, and somehow I never want to leave Toronto. I don't know if maybe part of that's because of family, or maybe it is, but there's just something about Toronto that that's pretty special, It's pretty, and we have honestly amazing food here. Like, from pretty much, you can find food from anywhere in the world here in Toronto, and we have an amazing food scene. what we got today is probably nothing to what you guys got, for example, in Sault Ste. Marie. And thanks for being here, by the way. Or Sault Ste. Marie, or anywhere else up north, Thunder Bay or Barrie, you name it, Peterborough. Probably got a lot more snow than we did. All right, Spanish family in the house. Thank you so much. Hi from Ottawa. Hello, Spanish family. Thank you for being here. Hi to you. Cheers to you. And that's so cool, Ottawa. I definitely have, definitely would love to visit Ottawa sometime. Murph, no, I'm born and bred in Toronto, so I'm definitely Canadian. Yes, Murph, yes, you're right. Peterborough is east. I think you can get the gist of what I was saying. I didn't mean technically north or even northeast or east. I think you got what I was saying, obviously. Ronald Moreno says, I would offer you a delicious Colombian coffee for that cold. Good video from my friend. I'm enjoying it. Cheers to you, Ronald Moreno. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for that. And cheers to you. Thank you. I'll try and picture drinking that nice cup of coffee. I love coffee, and Colombian coffee is really good. I'm a fan of it. And yeah, one of my buddies was actually a paramedic. Is actually originally from Colombia, so he definitely is showing me some cool stuff about Colombia. But Viva Colombia, Colombia. Thanks for the information, Murph from Canada. Yellowknife has a population of 32,000 people and just a variety of cuisines like Toronto. All right, that's good to know. That's good to know. We'll have to see about that. If I highly doubt, I don't doubt what you're saying, but at the same time, I highly doubt they're gonna have the same amount of variety that Toronto has. Not to diss Yellowknife or anything, but just speaking in reality, Toronto is world renowned for its fruit scene, and I'm not 100% sure. I want to believe you, but I'm not 100% sure you're telling me you got food from all over the world in Yellowknife. I find that hard to believe. I need to see it to believe it. Okay, well, I'll take your word from it, Murph from Smurf. I'll have to take your word from a grain of salt there, though. So I'm not when I'm speaking, I'm not talking about just Chinese and Italian and Greek. I'm talking about, okay, you're talking about Asia. You're talking about not only Chinese. You're talking about Vietnamese. You're talking about Thai. You're talking about Indonesian. Okay, Indian. You're talking about, like. If you're telling me you have everything, like, okay, then that's awesome. Like, do you also have, Middle Eastern? Do you have Middle Eastern? Do you have, not only Middle Eastern, there's all the countries within Middle East, Persian food. Steve's hot chicken. You're very welcome, Orphan Annie. You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much. Sorry, guys. I just have to shout out to Orphan Annie as well for all her positivity and positive comments, and we share some similar interests. So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Orphan Annie. want to see that close much. Oh, I almost lost track where we are. Okay, we're pretty close to, we've already passed Davisville, so we're approaching Yonge and Eglinton. And Orphan Annie asked, do you get a lot of snow? Not, honestly, we don't get that much snow in Toronto. I guess because of global warming, not like what back, I guess what they call the olden days, or back, I guess if you even look at 10 years ago, we don't get, that's why when we get days like this, Orphan Annie and everyone else, I guess they make it a big deal out of it, because we don't get to see as much maybe snow as we like.
2190 Yonge Street, Eglinton Subway Station.
Okay, Murph from Canada. Okay, Murph from Canada. Murph, I appreciate that you're respectful, and I'm glad I didn't come across as I was definitely not dissing, but okay, you're talking African. Okay, so that means that Ethiopian, Somalian, Filipino. Yes, absolutely. And yes, I forgot to mention Filipino. How could I forget our wonderful Filipino friends? Chicken adobo, pork adobo, kagareta. I love Filipino food. And thank you for mentioning that, actually, African and Filipino. I knew there was definitely a lot that I forgot. There's so many, but that's good to know, Murph from Smurf, that you do have. I'm honestly very surprised that Yellowknife has that kind of a food scene, multicultural food scene. I'm not sure what the demographics are, but that's really cool to know. As you can see, the construction on the Eglinton LRT, it's going to be quite some time still. I did speak with a construction crew, one of the construction crew working on it. The good news, which a lot of people don't seem to, and we pass Eglinton Avenue, the good news is that he informed me that all of the stations are pretty much operational, so they just have to do some final touches, making sure, 100%, 1000%, everything is good to go before they officially run. But he told me that the Eglinton LRT, that all of the stations, all of the stations will be ready by March, will be up and running by March, except for Eglinton. He doesn't know how much longer Eglinton itself, so they're gonna go by every station except they're gonna bypass Eglinton, and not quite sure exactly when. That looks like it could still be a while. Orphan Annie says we don't get a lot of snow either, but when we do, it can trap people in their homes for days, especially higher elevations in mountains, since we don't have the manpower to clean the streets. Oh wow, Orphan Annie. Oh wow, so okay, at least you don't get a lot of snow, at least, but like you said, when you do, like on a day like today that we got here in Toronto, that sorry to hear that people can actually be trapped in their homes, and in the mountains too. Wow, I can definitely in the mountains, it's very understandable that they wouldn't have as much city workers cleaning up the snow. Just look at the Eglinton Center. Yellowknife is capital city. Diamond Mine meetings in city. Capital province government meetings. Yellowknife is capital city. So Murph from Smurf giving us some information about Yellowknife. I definitely am intrigued by Yellowknife, and from what you've told me, and this is a long light, Orchard View is a long light, but from what Murph from Smurf I said Murph from Smurf. Murph from Canada, Murph. Told me, he says, I have to go see that. I have to go check that out, the food scene in Yellowknife. You got me intrigued, Murph from Canada, Murph. I'm intrigued. I will definitely have to consider putting Yellowknife on my visit list. Because, yes, the royal family has been there on the land with the indigenous. Yeah, to be honest, Murph from Canada, Murph, I associate, my knowledge of Yellowknife is very limited, admittedly, and I think the main thing I know about Yellowknife is basically the indigenous connection. There's a large, quite a population of indigenous. Oh, fire truck coming through. Murph from Canada, Murph says 7,000 people up there on work visa trying to get permanent Canadian citizenship. Oh, thanks for the information, Murph from Smurf. Sorry, Murph from Canada, Murph. Maybe it's okay if I just call you Murph. Mine is not limited. I lived up there 4 years ago. Yes, and again, I appreciate your knowledge of Yellowknife, Murph from Canada, Murph, and thank you for sharing that with the stream. And yeah, anytime you you have information we could all learn from. All right, thanks. I don't know why I keep stumbling. Murph from Canada, Murph. It's a cool name. It's just I keep stumbling on it. All right, Murph. Thank you. Transit studios and buses back in the house. Transit studios and buses back in the house. Our fellow Ottawa transit specialist. Thanks for rejoining Transit Studios and buses. I'm on the bus on my way home. Orphan Annie asked, "What time is it in Toronto?" It's 4:11 in Tennessee. Let's see. Same time here, Orphan. We're on the same East time zone. Looks like same time. So that's easy to remember. Orphan Annie. Now I'll always remember you because Tennessee is the same time zone as Toronto, so it's easy to remember. I'll know whatever time it's here, it's over in Tennessee. So there's yet another similarity. Murph says also there's a site to see the Northern Lights up in the territories. Okay, yeah, that I've heard of, and definitely I would love to. And I'm not just saying it like, if I wasn't really interested, I wouldn't be saying it. Like, but I really would. That is something that is definitely worthy of checking out for anybody, not just people who like to travel, but just anybody. Just pretty awe-inspiring sights up there. And but thank you again for that, Murph from Canada, Murph. Oh, I got that one right. Murph from Canada, Murph. Orphan Annie says, "Awesome." Yep, transit studios and buses. Also, Ottawa is the same time zone as well as Toronto. Toronto or Toronto, whichever way you want to put Toronto. I see it both ways sometimes. I don't know why, but as Transit Studios and Buses was saying, Ottawa and Toronto, as well as Tennessee, our friend from the U.S., good American, our friends to the south. We are all in the same time zone. Sanjay in Kingston says he thought Tennessee was an hour behind Toronto. But no, I guess Sanjay Kingston, Orphan Annie, as she told us the time in Tennessee, it's cool, we're all in the same time zone. Murph says there are even food trucks on the side of the roads like in the city of Toronto. Oh wow, they even got food trucks in Yellowknife, eh Murph? Wow, thanks for sharing all of this as we hit Lytton, the Blythe. This is another long light, so I don't want to be pointing the camera at anything specific here too long. You know what, I'm gonna just put it there for a while until we get going. I don't want to, okay, there we go. Move. Just feel awkward at the light, having to hold the camera at the same place. Okay, here we're moving again. Murph from Canada. Murph says, just call me Murph. Will do. And that I appreciate. I like the name. The Big Smoke. Okay, I'll remember that, Murph. All right, Murph in the house. Appreciate you for being here and sharing your knowledge, for your useful knowledge of Yellowknife. And Orphan Annie says, I would love to see the Northern Lights in real life, not just on YouTube. LOL. Yeah, you know what? There you go. There you go, Murph. You've inspired Orphan Annie with the Northern Lights, because the Northern, as Orphan Annie says, the Northern Lights would be something incredible, just something awe-inspiring to behold in person when you're actually there, and not necessarily just on, even though it's pretty awe-inspiring to watch it on the screen, but nothing like being there in person. That would be something, that would be quite an incredible experience. Sanjay in Kingston, one of my mods here, it says Knoxville, Tennessee is in the same time zone as Toronto. The rest of Tennessee is 1 hour behind Toronto according to Google. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Wow, that's interesting. I did not know that. Thanks for that information, Sanjay in Kingston. I guess Orphan Annie would be able to attest to that. And yes, Orphan Annie says parts of Tennessee are on Central Time, and she's on the Eastern Time. By the way, cool name, Orphan Annie. I don't think I've said that yet, so I like that name, Orphan Annie. It's just something really stands out there. And Sanjay Kingston says, cool as well, Orphan Annie. Nice. So I appreciate you all so much for being here. I usually do a selfie when I do this, but I'm not gonna. I think I've shown myself enough to. I think we want to see more of the streets of Toronto. But thank you all so much, Transit Studios and Buses, and Sanjay in Kingston, Orphan Annie, Deborah Acton was in here earlier, Duty Yalov. I don't want to forget anybody. Ronald Moreno, Murph, the Big Smoke. There's Yonge and Lawrence here, but let's try and catch. And trust me, I'm not. I haven't forgotten you. If I haven't mentioned you, I know. Oh wow, somebody's really annoying. There's a car right at the bus stop. Bus driver is getting angry. The Spanish family also from Ottawa in the house. I don't want to forget anybody. Know the Ledge. And Peter Grimshaw was left a comment, so I appreciate each and every one of you for checking out this winter. I hope. I guess depends where you're from. Maybe where you're from, you're used to a lot more snow, but for here in Toronto, this was pretty much a winter storm. Pretty much a winter storm. It wasn't, it wasn't like it was nothing like we had in January, where basically everyone was knee deep in snow. That one you could say was a legit true winter storm, and I actually hope we get at least one of those before the winter's over here. All right. Murph asks, how can I send you a picture?
Next stop.
You know what, Murph? How can I? Yeah, that's a great question because YouTube doesn't have a direct message. I'll have, you know what, Murph? Any day now, because I've hit over 500 subs, and thanks to each and every one of you for helping me do that. It's been almost a week now, so any day now, Murph, I should be able to get the community tab. Oh, but even with the community tab, only I can post. It looks like it's snowing again, everyone. I almost feel like I should get out of the bus. Maybe somewhere close to my home. But Murph, I'll have to get back to you on that. How can I? That's a good question. I'll get back to you on that. Or if you leave a comment, Murph, if you leave a comment, if you have either TikTok or Insta, maybe you can leave me if you have TikTok or Insta. That way we can you'll be able to DM me. Orphan Annie says that cathedral. Oh yes, Annie. I'm pretty sure I know which cathedral you were mentioning. We passed by. I'm so glad that you enjoyed that view. That's awesome, Orphan Annie. Gonzo Gardens is my old neighborhood. Okay, I'm a little bit behind in the chat, Gonzo Gardens. Sorry about that. I'm guessing when we were south of Lawrence, between Eglinton and Lawrence, I'm guessing as we all right, so Gonzo Gardens, you get to see reminisce maybe a little bit about your old hood here. Guide to Canada says hello to you, Guide to Canada. Thank you, and thank you for being here, and thank you, Gonzo, for joining as well. Murph says the Big Smoke is what Toronto was called years ago. Yeah, I kind of like that name. Kind of miss it too. It's just something about the Big Smoke, you know, Murph. But yeah, Murph, you know your stuff, man. You know your stuff. The Big Smoke, yeah. I'm just not sure why it stopped. I mean, actually, maybe you know, or Transit Studios and Buses says hi to Guide to Canada, and thank you all for greeting, being very welcoming. Orphan Annie also very welcoming. Sanjay in Kingston says hi, Mike Landry. Oh, I'm so sorry, did I miss Mike Landry? Mike Landry in the house. Thank you so much for joining. Says hi, Sanjay in Kingston. So I'm guessing you two know each other. Oh, you know what, Mike Landry. You know what? Yes, yeah, your name is very familiar. I think I've seen you in Johnny's streams. I don't know. I hope Johnny is okay with me mentioning him, because I remember in my last live stream along the lake, the waterfront. I told Sanjay in Kingston that I remembered his name was familiar from Johnny Stride's chats. And Mike Landry, I think I recall you too in there, so big welcome to you, and thanks for checking us out here. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Guide to Canada says hello, how are you? I am fine. Glad to hear it, Guide to Canada. I'm so glad to hear that. And I'm definitely very well. Thank you very much. I had really a lot of fun. I really had a lot of fun showing you all the snow. It really helps that I really enjoy the snow, whether or not I'm taking videos. I just enjoy the snow, period. So for me, I really enjoy it. I know a lot of people think snow is an inconvenience, but for me, I love it. So thank you so much, Guide to Canada. Transit Studios and Buses says hi, Gonzo Gardens. Gonzo Gardens says, yeah man, I fled the area at the start of COVID. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, you're very welcome, Gonzo Gardens. And oh wow, so okay, so you wanted to leave. Yeah, when the big pandemic happened. If you're very welcome. But yeah, that's very interesting. I guess well, I don't want to ask too many personal questions, but yeah, you let us know that you lived in the area. It's a bit light here. I don't know where to point here without pointing at a car. The headlights. Sorry, just bear with me, guys. Maybe I'll go like this or what. Big thumbs up to you all, and yeah, I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you so much. And oh yeah, I'm wearing my 49. I hope you don't mind if you're not a 49ers fan. Apologize in advance. All right. Okay, I guess hey everyone, we're getting a snowy bus ride. We just passed York Mills, Yonge and York Mills Station there. This is also across the street there with Yonge and Wilson. You'll find that a lot in Toronto, that one side of the street is one name. We were on the side that was on York Mills, but when you cross the street, it becomes another name. So that's pretty interesting. Orphan Annie says, in December on Christmas Eve 2019, we had a blizzard, lost power, and we were snowed in for a few days. It was horrible weather that year, but I tried to make a video and my tablet froze up on me while filming. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Orphan Annie. Oh, yeah, you know what, Orphan Annie, it's very tricky to film in these kind of conditions, even if you have the latest technology. It is very tricky, and I'm sorry to hear that you weren't able to catch that footage, but I am confident that the next time you have a chance, when you have the opportunity, I would love to, and I'm sure a lot of us would love to see what the snow looks like in Tennessee, in your part of Tennessee, East Tennessee. It would be so cool. Tennessee, I think, is a really cool city. I'm a little bit familiar with it because, well, I do know some of the sports teams, I guess. I can't say I'm really familiar with Tennessee, but I know I am familiar with some of the Tennessee sports teams. But it would be awesome to see what the snow looks like in Tennessee. So, yeah, Orphan Annie, if you ever get a chance to record some footage, as long as it's safe to do so, that would be amazing. I would definitely look forward to that. Transit Studios and Buses says it's snowing in Ottawa, so that means it's still snowing in Ottawa. It's still snowing, eh? Transit Studios and Buses. And I appreciate your ongoing support, Transit Studios and Buses. And thank you again for being my one of my mods, as well as Sanjay in Kingston, who's in the house, and as well as a shout out to Yogi, my OG mod. And Orphan Annie says, stay safe and toasty, Transit Studios and Buses. So Transit Studios and Buses, Orphan Annie says, stay safe and toasty. Very nice, very kind of you, Orphan Annie. I like your positive vibes. And Transit Studios and Buses says thank you. A lot of respectful, polite people. I really appreciate that. So far no, I'm probably going to jinx it by saying it, but no trolls in the house. Knock on wood. Going free now, says, feels like my house is going to blow away. Oh man. Oh wow, going free now. I guess, yeah, the winds are very intense. it looks like they picked up again. The snow has picked up, the wind has picked up again, died down there for maybe a half hour or an hour, but it looks like it's back on. And a couple times during the stream, the live streams, I almost myself blew over. But you know what? There's nothing compared to a house. I really hope your house will be okay. Going free now. Oh, here another light. Maybe I could point this at the snow. They don't know I'm pointing at the snow. Obviously, that's what I'm trying to get footage of. I don't want to. I'm not interested in whatever you got going on in your car. These cars, but all right. Harjot in the house. Welcome, Harjot. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for joining. Hi. Harjot says, oh, sorry, I missed 21st Century. First, I gotta say, okay, wait, let me rewind. Sorry about this guy. Harjot says, hey, Toronto Tech in Transit. And everyone. Well, Harjot, hey to you. Welcome. Welcome to you, Harjot. Thank you so much for being here. Cheers to you. And thanks for joining the chat. 21st Century says, hey, Harjot. And Transit Studios and Buses also says hello to Going Free Now and Harjot, and as 21st Century as well. As we just we're at Yonge and Shepherd now. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to be going home or if I might be going to a friend's place, but well, either way. Orphan Annie says Orphan Annie says to Going Free Now. Same here. It was so windy last night. It was hard to sleep. And the house was snapping, crackling, and woke me up several times. It was so loud. Oh my God. Oh, that is pretty scary. Oh God, if I heard that kind of noise in my house, Orphan Annie and Going Free Now, I would definitely be nervous. But I pray for you guys that I really hope that everything will remain in place. I really, the main thing is I want everyone to be safe. Today, for example, like, let me look at it. It's coming down today. I don't know how clearly you can see that, but it's really coming down again. Today is not the day to be. I mean, you've seen cars on the road. I guess they have to be out, but today's not the day to be out if you don't have to be. Me, I'm out because, yeah, like, I want to be out in the snow. But hey, at the same time, I can share some views with you all, lovely people. But I really hope Orphan Annie and Going Free Now that the winds will die down, and I hope everyone stays safe. Transit 21st Century. Going Free Now says hi. Harjot says hi, 21st Century and Transit Studios and Buses. And it's great that we're having a very respectful conversation here. Orphan Annie says, oh, okay, I read that already. 21st Century says, hey, Transit Studios and Buses. Transit Studios and Buses says, Orphan Annie, same. I woke up at 4 to 6 times because of the wind. Oh my God, Transit Studios and Buses. Yeah, I remember this morning you left a comment in one of my videos, and I was thinking, wow, this is really early. This is really early. From what I remember, I remember it was early morning. Murph says, no one skating on the ice, on the streets, on ice. I know, eh, Murph? Usually you always see that person, you always see that, at least that one person with the snowshoes or the skis, right? But skating, you know what, Murph? I don't know how much ice. I know they said there was supposed to be a lot of ice on the road because the snow was the flash freeze and the snow on top of it. But I'll have to actually, when I get off the bus, I'll show you. If there's it doesn't. It looks like they've done a pretty good job salting. Maybe we can see. Oh, there's one now actually. So I guess there's not enough ice, Murph, to see any. That would be wild, eh? If we saw someone actually if the roads became icy enough that we saw someone skating on the road or even the sidewalk, there must be some, there has to be some side roads and sidewalks that are icy. There has to be, so maybe someone's lurking in the stream and got a new idea from Murph. Hey, yeah, we're not just snowshoeing or skiing here, we can actually skate on the ice. That's awesome, Murph. But yeah, no, I didn't see anyone skating. I don't know if you saw earlier, Murph, at Nathan Phillips Square, they have an ice rink there, but there was too much snow on the ice rink. So every time they clean up the snow, more snow would accumulate. So unfortunately, there's nobody skating there, even. Orphan Annie says the transit studio buses. I was even concerned that the pipes busted since it was so loud. Oh my God, that would scare me the heck. From here to the high country, that would definitely freak me out. Yeah, whenever noises like that happen at my place of residence, definitely I get freaked out. First name, last name.
Next stop, Church Avenue.
Thank you so much for joining first name, last name. Thank you for being here. Is the TTC Yonge subway line working or shut down? As far as I know, the TTC subway is actually running fine. You know what? First name, last name. And thanks again for joining the chat. I don't think there's been any major delays on the subway today that I know of. Let me hold on one. Not because of the weather anyways. I didn't recall any big subway shutdown today. So, but thank goodness for that, because people really need the subway today, because a lot of people are not going to take the buses or streetcars because they think there's going to be a lot of delays and such. But as you've noticed on this bus ride, it went pretty smooth. The bus didn't slip or slide much, so Transit Studios and Buses says, hello, first last name. Orphan Annie says, actually I've been in bed all day under the covers, but want to make some chili later. Oh my God, Orphan Annie, it's like you're reading my mind, Orphan Annie. Like, we already have like a lot of similarities, and when you mentioned chili, I love chili. That's why I mentioned. I wasn't actually thinking about chili for dinner, but like I generally love chili, and when you said make chili, it's like, oh yes, Orphan Annie has good taste, because not everyone loves chili, you know. So, but I definitely am a big fan of chili, and you know, don't laugh at me. I hope you all don't laugh at me, but I am actually a fan of the Tim Hortons chili, the Timmy's chili. I don't go to Timmy's that often, but if I'm craving chili and I can't, and one of my I can't get to one of my preferred locations for chili, I don't mind having a Tim Hortons chili. I think it's actually not bad at all. Pretty good, actually. No, I wouldn't say not bad, pretty good. But glad to hear that, Orphan Annie, that you got to rest, get some good rest, and nice and comfy under the covers, nice and cozy and comfy under the covers. 21st Century says, has Toronto Transit met the other famous YouTuber from Toronto, Ken Continuum? 21st Century, you know what? I have not had the pleasure of meeting Ken Continuum. I am sure I will run into Ken Continuum, because we all of us, we wander, you know what? We all wander the streets of Toronto, so it's bound to happen that we're going to run into each other. But 21st Century, I did actually run into, I did actually run into Johnny Strides when he had his Monday morning stream. He passed by the financial district, which is one of my go-to places. And I guess he had just passed by me. I think I was right at King and York, and I was taking a quick video of the 53, not 53, we just passed the 53 steel bus here. I mean a 503 Kingston replacement bus turning onto York.
Next stop,
And and just from my peripheral vision, I could see. I think it was. I thought it was somebody with a gimbal, carrying a gimbal, but I didn't want to stare at the person. And then when I finished taking my footage, and I looked a little bit, just a few steps. I tried to see. Oh, that looks like Johnny Stripes, but I didn't want to. I had to look a little bit more. I wasn't 100% sure, but I didn't want to stare at him, and I hope he didn't think. I hope. Yeah, I did want to get another look at him, so I hope he wasn't like, oh, what's this dude doing? But I was just trying to. And then I finally did recognize that it was Johnny Stripes. I was 99% sure. I wasn't 100%, but yeah, it was. But I got it. Sorry to go on, but yeah, John. It was a real pleasure to meet Johnny Stripes. Really nice guy. Very pleasant guy. A genuinely nice, friendly person. But also, he does fantastic work on his channel, as well as the Ken Continuum. I have to give a shout out to the Ken Continuum. Well, I'm just Mickey Mouse compared to them, but I don't normally do like I leave it up to Johnny Stripes and Ken Continuum to cover Toronto. I don't normally do these kind of, I guess, Toronto, unless you all want me to continue this type of stuff. But today during the our snowy day here, I had to come see it because and cover it. But I had the pleasure. It was a great pleasure to meet Johnny Stripes. And as there we see a 42 Comer bus, and I'll get caught up on the chat again. But I also want to shout out Ken Continuum. He, I like how he and Johnny Stripes each have their own distinct styles, but both they're in their own good ways. They all have their own unique personalities, and I like the way they both narrate their videos. Johnny Stripes likes to add some humor. I like his sometimes dry humor, and Ken Continuum. He's a pretty funny guy as well. But they both have. I like how the Ken Continuum appreciates good architecture, and I'm a big fan of as well of architecture. But Johnny Stripes also. I mean, he is. What can you say? He's Johnny Stripes. I mean, he's Toronto's biggest, I guess you could say, walk tuber. So shouts out to Johnny Stripes and Ken Continuum. But I gotta catch up. Sorry guys, I'm behind on the chat. I'll catch up as best I can. Murph says, that or a biker with yellow knife. That or a biker with yellow knife. Winter tires? Oh, okay. Sorry, Murph, I missed it. Sorry, I went on a little bit there, going on about how I met one of the famous Toronto streamers. And check out, and one last time, I gotta say, check out Johnny Stripes and Ken Continuum. If you like this kind of content, they cover a lot more of Toronto than I do. Like I said, once in a while I'll fire up one of these type of things, but it's not an everyday thing. As we now turn on to a more park. Murph says, we skated the streets in Sudbury when we were kids. Murph, you know, I tell you, you're gonna get me into the nostalgic mood. Now watch, tonight I'm gonna be having nostalgia when I was a kid, playing street hockey. Yeah, Murph. That's awesome, Murph. Thanks for that. Murph, yes, I've been to Nathan Phillips Square and skated there. Okay. All right, Murph. Thanks again. Orphan Annie, do you have an outdoor skating rink like Rockefeller Center in NYC? Oh yeah, we do, Orphan Annie. Nathan Phillips Square, which you could see on my first part of my live stream, or even parts of my second part too, I guess. That right beside the skating rink is right beside the Toronto sign, or right in front of it, I guess. But so we do have other skating rinks. That would be we have the skating rink in the Bentway. We have the skating rink. It's sort of a made-up skating rink in front of a Union Station, and I wish I'd seen some people skating, but I guess there was just too much snow to see any. But I'm definitely going to keep an eye out, see if there was actually anybody skating today. Yes, Murph says Nathan Phillips Square to Orphan Annie as well. As an outdoor skating rink. Orphan Annie asks, the wind and the noise even kept my doggies up. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what, Orphan Annie? The good thing to know is that your doggies will help keep you protected, because your dog is keeping alert, making sure that any weird noises, your dogs are ready and alert and ready to help protect you. So that's kind of good to know, and in that sense. Alright, Murph, Orphan Annie says to Murph, thanks. Murph says, well, everyone be safe. I'm going for a ride on my snowmobile. Murph, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I'm just trying to picture riding a snowmobile myself. Thank you so much for all your contribution to the chat. Your very useful contribution. And I'm going to have to get off the bus. I think I'm going to get off the bus soon. Murph says, have a Wendy's chili. It's much better. Murph, if you see the live chat replay, you know what? You're right. I do concur. Wendy's chili. I can't believe I didn't mention Wendy's chili. But I guess just bear with me. I'm just getting off the bus. Orphan Annie says, I make mine with kidney beans as well. All right, guys, just give me a second here. I'm just gonna get off the bus. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks so much. Yeah, that was pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth, bro. Alright, shoot, brother. Check this out, yo. Check this out. Wild scenes here. I'm getting off here. It's so very nice. I'm like literally blowing away here. I'm like literally blowing away. I'm not, you know what? We'll keep going. We'll keep going here. I just got off the bus. I think I'm gonna be visiting my friend's place. So I didn't go to my place. I'm gonna visit my friends for a bit. But I can definitely show some more snow here. Oh, looks like either they got more snow up here or they didn't get to work on it. A little bit of snowbank here. But I gotta get Orphan Annie says she makes her chili with kidney beans. I gotta catch up on the chat, guys. Sorry about that, I'm a little bit behind. Orphan Annie says, Orphan Annie says to Murph, Wendy's is good. I make mine with kidney beans as well. Orphan Annie, again, yes, Orphan Annie. I definitely need to have chili with me. I love meat. Oh my God, the wind is crazy here. I don't know. Right now, everyone, we are on Steeles Avenue West, which is the northernmost border of Toronto. So right now, I'm technically standing in Toronto. Right now, I'm standing in Toronto, and there's a 960 express bus going by. But across the street there, where you see the McDonald's, you see the McDee's, the Canadian flag. I love that. Gotta show me some of that. Oh, Canada. Oh my goodness, maybe I shouldn't show it because of this treacherous weather. The Oh my god, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty sorry that I just have to show myself quickly. Just want to get with the Canada flag there, waving. That's one good thing about the wind. You see the flag waving. I'm glad they have that Canada flag at the McDonald's. Yeah, everyone. Oh my goodness, the wind is really, it's pretty crazy. The wind is crazy. Sorry guys, I just gotta get my footing again. It's incredibly windy. But over on that side, when you cross the street, that becomes that's no longer Toronto. Then you're in Vaughan, or more specifically, you're in Thornhill. You're in Thornhill, which is a suburb. Thornhill is a suburb of North Toronto. A suburb of Toronto. There's an Arctic bus on the 60. The Arctic bus. Helping out with the 60. You don't see that every day. The 60s do not normally have Arctic buses. Okay? But they have the Arctic buses, articulated buses. What it means by that, those long accordion buses, they have those helping out here on Steeles because those buses, Arctic buses, as you can say for short, have snow tires. What a bus operator shared knowledge with me. The regular buses do not, but those long ones, see like this one coming here, and oh, that bus looks pretty busy. And they have snow tires, but the regular buses do not. So I don't understand why TTC doesn't invest more in snow. I mean, because the thing is, you put snow tires on these Arctic buses, and you can see here, you put these snow tires on the Arctic buses, but the thing is, those articulated buses are harder to go up on the hill. So fine, you'll get better traction if you're, as long as you're going pretty much on a straight non-hill. And maybe just try and give you some snow view. And sorry again if I'm behind in chat. I haven't forgotten you all. I'm going to, let's see. Murph says after Orphan Annie, and she probably you probably make some delicious chili, Orphan Annie. I'm sure of it. As you see some of my footsteps here, and Murph says he makes my chili with a bean medley. Oh, okay. So Murph also likes the bean and moose meat. No, now that's interesting. Murph, that's interesting. Moose meat in the chili. I've never tried that before. I've never tried moose meat. Here, I'll give you a little bit of something different here. Oh no, I think I just want to give you a bit of a close-up view. I love to talk about food. Chili. Yeah, some reason I went down there. Chao Rodriguez do Nascimento. The weather is very hot. Thank you so much for being here, Chao Rodriguez Nascimento. Obrigado. We have more and more awesome people from Brazil that are moving to. Oh, can't even. Okay. Transit Studios and Buses welcomes Rodriguez de Nascimento. Oh, things have gone. I wonder if it got hit a little bit more here up in North Toronto than. Murph says, yeah man, continue this stuff. You do a much better job than Dave Phillips from Environment Canada. Hey Murph, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. My camera looks like it's a... I have to get it focused again. Sorry about that. Went out of focus there. Oh, the wide angle still looks like it's I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna one time. Yeah, there we go. Now we get the clear picture again. Hey, shout out to you, Murph. Thank you so much for your all your interesting comments. You've definitely taught me a thing or two, as well as my viewers here. And yeah, man, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Just trying to figure out where if I should keep going, which way I should go. Orphan Annie tells our friend from Brazil, Chao Rodriguez de Nascimento, she's jealous about the hot weather they have here in Brazil. Because in Brazil it's pretty tropical right now. There's an 88 Bathurst bus. This is a York Region transit bus. And just for your information, it's actually more expensive than the TTC. A lot of people have their head scratching. Last I checked, it was like $4 a ride compared to $3.20 for the TTC. But I mean, York Region is a very comfortable ride, and if you got to get to where some places in York Region. Oh, look at the headlights. Look so. I'm trying to think. Should I go to Yonge Steels or should I? And Murph says, Dave from Environment Canada gets, wow, 160 grand a year for Environment Canada. Okay, yeah, not a regular weather person. It's an Environment Canada. Okay. Murph says, beautiful women in Brazil. Yes, I second that. Absolutely. Very Brazilians, very much a people-loving person. People love people lovers. Very nice, festive. Love to have fun. Maybe we'll just watch some. Again, I appreciate you so much, Murph, for your compliment. Do more, man. You're doing a great job. Hey, I really appreciate it. I mean, I don't really want to cut into, John, the other Toronto streamers do a fantastic job. And as long as everyone is getting, as long as holy smokes, can you guys see that? Can you guys see Murph, okay, Murph says, Merry Christmas, keep up the good work, buddy. Merry Christmas to you, Murph. Oh, I hope I wasn't too late, but maybe you'll see the replay, the chat replay. Merry Christmas to you, brother. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing you again, Murph. And definitely, yeah, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment about your either your TikTok or Instagram, so you can send me the picture. Or either that, or even if I could. Even if I could, I'll let you know. Maybe if you have a channel, Murph, if you have a channel, I'll subscribe to you, and I'll leave a comment. Either way, either you can leave a comment in mine, or I'll leave a comment in yours. My TikTok or Insta, so at least we can. I'd love to see those photos of Northern Ontario. Orphan Annie says, I love to figure skate. Took years of lessons and made it to low level advanced, but I had to stop skating lessons due to things going on in my life. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Orphan Annie. I'm really so sorry to hear that. You know, like sorry, like I can't help but like these things do affect me, even though I've never met any of you. Like, I just want what's best for everyone. I just want everyone to do what they would love to do, and I'm so sorry, Orphan Annie, but figure skating is a beautiful sport. But you know, I appreciate you so much for the positivity you're bringing here in the chat, and from good old Tennessee, USA. Murph, Orphan Annie, you're awesome. And Sanjay Kings and Murph, you're awesome as well. I want you to know that. Okay, brother? This is insane. This is insane. Sanjay Kingston says, is the Center Point Mall there, or are they building something else at that site? Sanjay Kingston, Center Point Mall is still here. Center Point Mall is still here, but they are going to, there's a massive redevelopment plan in the coming years. Not at this very moment. It looks like it's just business as usual. They're not very clear on when construction will actually start, but it is definitely going to be probably within the next couple of years. Construction will start. There will be a massive redevelopment there, massive. Oh, I don't think it's a good view with the headlights look very, very. I better keep going this way maybe. And actually, Sanjay and Kingston, we're gonna pass by Center Point Mall, and pretty much business as usual for now, anyway. But yeah, this is there's a massive redevelopment, new condominiums. Here, I'm gonna try and beat this car. There's a massive redevelopment of condos, and they're also trying to. They said they're gonna build a park there. We'll see. Like, hopefully they do a decent job of it, like some green space. You can see how slowly that bus is moving. Being very cautious driving there. This is as we take a look at the border of North Toronto, Seals Avenue. As we take a look at another YRT, we're getting plenty of transit. You'll see a lot of a mix of TTC and YRT because we are here. And wow, it's now I don't know if you all see that plaza there where I'm sort of aiming the camera at. Oh yeah, and by the way, yeah, Sanjay and Kingston. That's they're going to have the Yonge Line 1 Yonge extension going, and Steeles will be one of the stops. That's at least the good news for anybody who might purchasing a unit there. Sorry, my wide angle doesn't seem to focus at the moment. I don't know if I have something in my camera or what. Back on the regular view. There's what's called Yorkville North. It's called Yorkville North, but I mean, they do have some interesting stores there, but it's nothing like the Yorkville you see in downtown. So, oh wow, like you can really see. And yeah, there you go, Sanjay and Kingston. There's the Canadian Tire, one of the anchors of Center Point Mall. There's one of the mall entrances. There's K Food. It's a Korean style take. Actually, quite good actually. some of the stuff has tasty, some of it not a big fan of, but I'd only recommend you the good stuff. Maybe I'll make a separate video about some foods. Hot Drop says hi, Sanjay in Kingston. And Sanjay in Kingston says likewise, hi, Hard Drop. Mr. Frosty in the house. Hello, Mr. Frosty. Okay, Mr. Frosty, how suitable that you're in our chat. Yes, Mr. Frosty indeed, eh? Oh, talk about, look at this. Whenever we get a lot of snow, this is what you're always gonna find here at Centerpoint Mall. These ginormous snowbanks. This one looks a little bit unsightly, a little bit not as white as we'd like, you know. But you know, there's some of the good white stuff here. Let's keep going. We're gonna go to Yonge and Steeles, and I don't know, go from there. Go from there. There's Canada Computers and Electronics, also another anchor. In case anyone didn't know, that location has been a curse for businesses. There was a Target there before, that didn't last long, and I forget what other businesses were there that. Oh right, you can see there. Right on the left of the Canada Computer sign. You can see there. That used to be a Lowe's, because that's the Lowe's. So even Lowe's did not make it, unfortunately. Well, I gotta try and make it at least to Yonge and Steeles for you guys, because looks like my battery pack. My battery pack has run out, so I'm no longer charging, and it's at 10%. I've got another battery pack, but that one I'm gonna have to hook up. Well, I at least want to get to Yonge and Steeles. I think if I get to Yonge and Steeles, we can maybe we can wrap it up, or I can keep going for a little bit with my other power bank. But that one is it's not one of the MagSafe ones. It's one I have to actually connect. And then we see Hudson's Bay, one of the anchors here at Centerpoint Mall. This is invigorating stuff. Sanjay in Kingston says, I remember going to the movies in Centerpoint Mall years ago. I think the movie theater is gone there, right? Yeah, I think you're right, Sanjay in Kingston, because when I was there when I was there in Centerpoint last, when I went with my friend, yeah, there was no movie theater. Oh yeah, and my friend, she told me about it, yeah. She didn't mention that, yeah. You're right, Sanjay in Kingston. She did say there used to be a theater there, but no longer. RGW in the house. Walk in, eat BKK, and tell them RJ says hello right across the street. Should I? Walk in, eat BKK and tell them RJ says hello right across the street. Okay. Okay, I might just do that. I might just do that still. I might do that. I gotta get something to eat. I mean, my friend probably got something for me. She's good like that, but maybe I can get her something. Eat BKK. I know I've seen that. I've seen it. I've never had it, to be honest. All right, RGW. I'm gonna tell him that RJ said. So it's right across the street. I know. I've seen it before. I've seen it before. As we're right at Yonge and Steeles. All right, first last name says Canada Computers. I was inside that exact store 4 weeks ago. Warm up there for a bit inside. Thank you so much for your that's good to know. First last name. Thank you for your concern. Thank you so much for your concern. Honestly, I'm okay. Thank you so much, though. There's the main walkway to Centerpoint Mall. But I might just do what RJ says, because I need to pick something up, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon as we take a look at Yonge and Steele's. Pretty insane. I mean, I wish I could keep going on forever, but between this part 1 and part 2, I think I've gone on for 3.5 hours. RJ says it's Thai food. Oh, okay, awesome. You know what? Thai food. I could definitely. I'm down for some Thai food. Go right. I'll direct you. Then you can keep warm. There's look at all this snow here. This is insane. There's Route 2 YRT. You'll see lots of buses here. Right at Yonge and Steele's. Look at that view. Wow, look at that. Look at those scenes. Wow, scenes. It's pretty wild. And RJ says I can keep warm there. And oh, you know what? Yeah, I am going the right way, right, Archie? I'm right. Is it right near the Starbucks? Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. That's where I seen it, because sometimes I go to the Starbucks here. It's a drive-through Starbucks. It's one of the drive-through Starbucks here. I don't know if this person's turning. And, but you know what? I'm going to have to put my other battery pack on if I'm going to keep this alive. Oh, shoot. Alright, guys, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to have to... Oh, shoot. Bear with me, guys. I'm almost finished, but I wanna. RJ says to get some. We'll go. Okay, we'll. I just gotta get my phone plugged in on time on my other power bank here. Otherwise, we're gonna lose the stream again. This time I checked it just in time. I lose you guys. I'm gonna go and we'll do this one last thing. RJ says, you know what? RJ says, I know now, because I know it's past the Starbucks here. I know. I've been. So, you know what? I'm gonna try and run here and see. And there's a Starbucks here. Get a quick look at it. I don't think they'll mind. If they mind, then they can come holler at me. But most of them know me there anyways. This is really cool. It's like if I remember correct, this is a Persian style convenience store. Oh man, it's with the. I want to give you a better shot of that. Maybe I'll go in there next time and see if they would like to promote there. But that's really cool. Persian food, ice cream, pizza, pastry. I love me some Persian food. Okay, RJ, thank you for that. Right, yes. Yeah,